Hey everybody, Joel at Up North Aquatics here. Just gotta say this video editing thing's not going like fantastic. I somehow lost like 3 videos that I was working on, so that's great. So we're gonna do a Fishroom update today, and here's a bunch of stuff that I meant to film and show you guys in the process that just didn't quite work out. So keep that in mind. Let's get to it. This is a new 75-gallon South American setup. It leaked. I had to patch it. It's that plastic in the corner right there. Piece of plastic with some silicone behind it. And we also got an Imperial Tropical shipment in. A green Texas, a Vieja, and a rainbow cichlid. I was in the middle of filming the scaping video for this, where we added this black diamond blasting sand substrate, and I lost that, so that's what we did. We fixed the tank, we got the fish in, we watched them for a few days, and we put some blasting sand in there. Had to rinse it really thoroughly, just by putting it in a 5-gallon bucket, putting it in the tub and running water through it till the water that came out of the bucket was clear. But yeah, so that went awesome. Everything's looking good. The fish are starting to color up, which they were very washed out with the clear bottom. They were so washed out that it was like impossible for me to see if they like would have had ick or any diseases or anything. So I knew I had to get some substrate in there, and I went with the darkest stuff possible so that they would color up and I could see if they were healthy, and they all look awesome. The Vieja's eating plants. That's great. I didn't know they did that till now. But yeah, all is well here. Let's move on to the breeding section. Tank by tank in the breeding section. These tanks get heavily fed, sometimes 2 times a day usually, sometimes 3, usually 2. They also get water changed every other day. I even keep water on the floor in these blue bins. That's just water storage. That's up to the temp of the room. So I literally drain these into the pond, fill it with fresh water, and then do huge water changes on the pond, because these guys down here don't really mind it. But let's see what we got. Here is one pink male Endler with 2 guppy females. I cannot see him right now, but he is, let's see, where are you? So I'm having a hard time finding him, but the goal here is to try to get some of that pink strain. Here is 5 of these albino bristlenose plecos that I'm growing out to breed. They're getting a lot of green beans and things like that, as well as blue mystery snails, also trying to breed. Next tank over, there's the magenta mysteries eating green beans, as well as all my other male Endlers. This is just going to be a mutt Endler tank. They're getting 8 females shipped in for the 6 that are left in there, of all different colors. I mean, there's pinks, there's snake skins, there's those rainbow colored ones. Forgive me for not knowing the names. Basically, I'm picking my favorite males out of there and spreading them throughout the room, as you'll see. The rest of these are going to go in here with 8 females, and we're just going to do a mutt tank, and then we're going to do another mutt tank on the other side of the room, because I'm getting another delivery of just assorted males and assorted females. Here's my red cherry shrimp, which are conveniently all back on the filter. There's a lot of buried females in here, so there'll be more to come here. We also have more fish coming in. The Bacopa is doing great in the back. Java moss is actually starting to spread a little bit. I took some for a project we'll see in the future. Here we got the blue dream shrimp with some pogo stemming, Java moss. I feed them those Indian almond leaves once they've soaked out of their tanks. No buried up females yet, but there's only 6 shrimp in here. They've only been in here a few days. Here's that algae scraper that we reviewed, the sinking one. I figured it's best for these smaller tanks. I do have a floating one coming in to test out and show you guys, and it's not the super expensive ones. It's like the cheap Amazon version of the super expensive mag float. So we'll see if it works just as well or not, or if it's worth the money. I'll take the risk on it for you guys. Here, I believe this is called a, I forget now. Is it a Santa Maria Endler? But it's just one of the males that I like the most. Put him in with a couple female guppies, and we'll see what we get. Let's move on down to some of the pet fish. All right, here's a South American tank that was sick. They got through a whole round of like general cure for the parasites we were having. I mean, really the only one that ever showed signs was the green terror. He's looking a lot better now, acting normal again and eating a lot. So I did a huge water change today to get that round of meds out, and we'll do another big one. There's our baby Jack. He's coloring up really well. There's our electric blue who never stops moving, which is awesome. Electric blue Cara, and 6 of our 7 silver dollars. I did lose one probably through the process of quarantine and medicating and everything, but our Bashir is conveniently in hiding. It'd be hard to see him anyway because we got nothing but algae in here, because this is the tank I'm using to test the new floating algae scraper. So this tank will be spotlighted in a video coming up shortly here on the channel. Moving on over to the tiger barbs. Nothing's changed here other than I added 3. A friend had a school and they were down to 3. And when there's not enough tiger barbs, instead of picking on each other, they started picking on other fish in the tank. These ones went after her Cory cats, started chewing their fins off, so she donated them to the fish room, I guess you could say. But they're much happier here. We're in a school of their own, and just doing what's best for the animals, and I'm happy to take them. Here's our red ram's horn snails that are exploding, as well as about half of our white clouds. You'll see where the rest of those ended up shortly here. That's exciting. Here's the 2.5 gallons, each with their own Endler strain. That one has a green snakeskin male. It's camera shy. This one has one of those like multicolored ones that I have no idea what they're called, also camera shy. If you can't tell, I kind of fell in love with these Endlers, so I'm trying to get as many different strains going as I can. Yellow labs, not much to see here. No breeding activity. There's 8 of them now, just growing them out. Lots of food, lots of water changes, and just constant monitoring their behavior. See if we can't figure out who the males are, who the females are, and just see if we can't get some breeding activity out of them. My water should be just right for them. Here's the guppies that I'm slowly getting away from the green water, just water change every day. And these guys will be moving outdoors to a pond soon. Other than that, not really anything else going on. All of these females are like obviously about to drop, and I'm hoping they can handle it. Hoping they can wait till they're out in the pond, but probably not at this point. It'll be a couple more weeks before they're out there. Frogs just chilling in the 10 gallon. We'll be going into this 20 gallon soon. I'm actually trading all the fish in here, the black neons and the pork chopper asboras, for some striped Raphael catfish. And then the frogs can go in there, and this 10 gallon will be used for some sort of grow out, whether it's Endlers, Africans, who knows. But time for the frogs to get an upgrade anyway. They're kind of big for that tank. And the reason that we are getting the striped Raphael cats, I'll show you now. Because of this tank here. It's a nice sorority, beta sorority. All the girls still doing well, and some of them have spawned for me with some of my males that are conditioning down here. Very, very peaceful for a sorority. All of my tetras still doing good, the blood fins and the x-rays. Always keeping a low profile back in the plants. They are pretty skittish, but the reason I'm getting the striped Raphael cats, again, algae here, you know, test subject for that new scraper. The reason I'm getting the striped Raphael cats is because I have one spotted in here, and that's it. He like never comes out. So I'm hoping maybe like if I give him like a shoal of his own kind, I don't know. Might get to see him every once in a while. He stays in his log so much, he tore most of the plants out of here that I had in here, and they just kind of turned back into floaters. But yeah, so that'd be cool if we could see them out more and kind of acting the way they're supposed to be acting. So hopefully having some buddies will do good for him. This tank's empty. This is where I quarantined the neons in. This is where one of the mutt Endler tanks is going to be, some of the ones that are coming in the mail. Another Aquahuna unboxing. Aquahuna and Imperial Tropicals both been really good to me. Really wish I didn't lose that Imperial Tropicals footage, because I think you guys would have really liked it, and it would have been good for them because they did an awesome job for me, and I would love to spread some love, I guess, and maybe drum up some business for them. But I will have to order from them again. I feel so dumb for losing that footage. But yeah, so the neons are out of here. We'll see them a little bit later. And again, these are just the conditioning males. There's a red one down in here. I don't know what we're gonna see. Stand by, I'm gonna get a flashlight. All right, this guy spawned for me, parent raised with his female. None of the eggs hatched, so we'll keep conditioning, keep working with him. This one spawned for me, and the female beat the you know what out of him, shoot his fins up, so he's gonna be taking a break for quite a while. This one spawned for me, and then he beat the you know what out of his female, so I don't know what I'm doing with him. This one, all purple one, somewhere in here. Where are you? There he is. Couldn't even get him to spawn, so we'll keep working with them. I don't have tank space to do it anymore. I was doing it in the 2.5s until I kind of fell in love with those Endlers there. But I mean, they're fine for now. Just kind of in healing mode with some Indian almond leaf in the water because it has good antifungal. And I mean, inevitably we'll try again. I'm gonna keep them around. I really like them. So there's that for the Bettas. More footage that I lost too when I was trying to spawn those things, but just is what it is. You know, I did it to myself. Just kind of sucks that the 40 of you that watch these videos missed out on some stuff. But again, it is what it is. So here's the big South Americans, the Oscars, which are turning out to be a breeding pair. They're digging nests everywhere. So hopefully if they start beating on this convict or the pleco or the blood parrot or the firemouth that is still stupid camera shy, if they start beating on them, we're gonna have to figure something out. I mean, I have plenty of South American tanks. I'm sure I can play musical fish and move enough things around, but I don't I don't want to breed Oscars. I don't want to raise them. It's a lot of work and a lot of fish that grow super quick. I was hoping they'd just kind of be pets, but we'll see what happens. I mean, let me know what you think down in the comments, what we should do with them. Should we just go for it? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think, definitely. And make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on it if we do something crazy with them. So, but we'll see. That's everything going on in the fish room right now. Kind of in the middle of projects, which, you know, sucks because I was going to show you the whole projects, but it is what it is. That's on me. I apologize. And let's check out the rest of the house and the great outdoors and see what we got going on. Oh, here's the 1.5 gallon shrimp tank. This is the last video that made it to the full video before I lost all that footage. And took the floating plants out, trying some planted ones. There's some little pogo I got from my bigger plants, some bacopa, just a tissue culture, some Java moss, and a moss ball that they've been eating off of. Can't see too many of them out right now. There's a ton in here, and I find that they're usually under that Indian almond leaf back there because I think they're just kind of constantly eating it. Fun little office tank to have sitting around here, especially when I'm on the computer all the time editing and all that stuff and just losing videos for no reason, you know, typical computer things. Oh, there's a clear one right under that pogo you can see back there. So basically, and there's a really deep red one right there. Okay, so you got to look for a while, but you find them. And a blue, look at that. Basically, I breed for the reddest reds and the bluest blues downstairs. Any ones that kind of don't make the cut come up here, and if they spit out anything that looks really good, it can go back down there. So instead of culling or killing or feeding, I can kind of keep them for enjoyment. Anyway, I might get something neat out of it. So I do really like the shrimp and just kind of want as many as I can here. And then pea puffer tank, which actually looks like there's something in it now. I was having issues where the 12 puffer fish are down in the bottom in the grass, and for whatever reason the albino cardinals are always up in these roots up here, which, I mean, it's probably their nature. It probably makes a lot of sense. It's what they like, what makes them the most comfortable. But you know, you walk into my office and there's an empty fish tank sitting there because you can't see anything. So I put 9 neon tetras in here, the ones that were quarantining in the basement. Excuse me, I'm tired, it's getting late here. And they'll actually school up in the middle. Right now they're up in the middle behind that log there, and with the curvature of the tank you can't see it. But they'll come out, you know, periodically, swim all up in this open space. And it's kind of nice because then you know, it looks like there's something going on here, like that. Like there's movement now. It's really cool. And with the neons, you know, when I have people in and out of here, they, you know, now they have something to see that'll bring them over there. And then when they're over there, oh, what are these little, you know, green fish, you know, the puffer fish. And it's you know, because they never would have noticed the puffers or seen them before. So that's kind of cool. Something that excites me, I guess, that probably not super exciting to most people, but I think it's neat. So that's the update for everything in the house. I have one surprise outside, so let's get on to that. Hopefully it's not too dark. All right, so it's probably way too dark, but I'm trying it anyway. We got our golden white clouds in here, half of them. And if you look really closely, you might be able to see some of the movement. I'll have to keep just updating you guys on these throughout the summer. But golden white clouds, Java moss, hornwort, and some floating plant I got sent for free with a shipment of snails. I got the blue leopard, what are they? Ram's horn snails, which I don't know why I didn't show you when I was in the basement, but those will be in an update too. There's only 6 of them, I probably just didn't see them. Anyway, sidetrack. It's finally warm enough at night now that I can keep the white clouds out here. Not quite warm enough that I can do guppies. White clouds will thrive down to like 50 degrees. And the lowest low we're supposed to get anytime from here till next winter is 50 degrees at night. So good shape for them. They'll be out here all summer. The screen is to keep dragonflies out. Dragonfly larvae will eat the fish. But I'm gonna poke holes big enough in the screens that mosquitoes can get in there and breed in the water so they can eat the mosquito eggs. And I'll be feeding them too, but no water changes is the plan. All right, guys. So I ran out of storage at 4K, so I got some cleaning up to do on my phone. Basically, white clouds are in the pond. Guppies will be soon, and that's all I got for you. But I'll bring you along for the ride. So I'm recording in HD instead of 4K now. Probably what I'll continue with for a while here. Until I figure out some way to get better, like 4K and better storage and things like that. But it is what it is. I want to keep the content coming, so I appreciate you guys for sticking around. Hope you enjoyed the update. Sorry I lost so much on you, but anyway, thanks for stopping by.